my United Methodist siblings and non-United Methodist friends all around the world, I wish you all today a very happy new year. This year has been a difficult one for United Methodists. The word disaffiliation became a buzzword that many of us heard way too often and brings up a lot of pain. I don't want to undervalue or undercare for the real pain that has been caused in the United Methodist connection. We have lost about 25% of the United Methodist Church, folks who have left under paragraph 2553, which was added to the Book of Discipline in the 2019 special session of the General Conference. This paragraph allowed churches to leave the denomination up until yesterday, December 31st, if they had specific reasons for leaving over their differences on human sexuality. That paragraph has now ended, and churches can no longer leave in that process. And so a new day begins for United Methodism. And I want to pause and give a moment of reflection and tenderness for the harm that churches have experienced during this time. Many churches, specifically in the southeastern U.S. and south central United States, many conferences have lost many of their churches. And this isn't a thing about numbers, it's more about people and relationships. Relationships have been fractured. And yet, the United Methodist Church continues. We are about 75% the United Methodist Church today that we were before. The United Methodist Church is continuing, and our future together is bright. This year, we have the opportunity to live into and embody a more just and equitable United Methodist connection all around the globe. The future truly is bright when each of us takes it upon ourselves and our communities to embody the just personal and social transformation that the United Methodist Church is called to, that we continue the United Methodist heritage that began way back when with John Wesley and his brother Charles in England. So as we look ahead to this year in 2024, there is a general conference, the 2020 General Conference, that is happening in April to May of 2024 in Charlotte, North Carolina. So there will be lots of news. United Methodist News is a trusted resource to keep you up to date with what's going on with General Conference. And if you have some questions about why it's a postponed General Conference, the 2020 General Conference, I would highly recommend the podcast What the Hell is a Pastor? And a recent episode featured my friend and General Conference buddy, Ian Uriola, and he talks about, with the hosts, what this means, why it's a postponed 2020 General Conference. So there will be lots more to say about all that, but the future I want you to really embody and get excited about is bright for United Methodism. We have the chance, with progressive delegates from across the United States and friends from across the world, we have the chance to take out the harmful language against LGBTQIA+ clergy and persons in our churches. We have the chance to be a more equitable structure, to let each region of our global denomination decide for itself what ways it can minister to its people that are relevant for its culture. And so the future of United Methodism is bright in this 2024 when each of us takes seriously our role in co-creating this future together. Speaking about connection and co-creation and a more equitable structure, I had the chance, as part of my nonprofit Young Prophets Collective, to visit our United Methodist siblings in Kenya. Migori County and the Nyanza District in Kenya, there are LGBTQIA+ affirming United Methodist churches that are providing life-saving ministry for their communities. I had the chance, and you'll see a little bit of it in this video, to visit Moheto First United Methodist Church. Once again, this was my second visit, and First United Methodist Church of Moheto made the news a few years ago for being the first reconciling United Methodist Church in all of Africa. Then St. Paul's United Methodist Church I got to visit again this time to see and to celebrate their new sanctuary, because they have grown so much so since my trip just 1 year ago that they've needed a new sanctuary. And I've gotten to visit for the second time as well Christ Chapel United Methodist Church with my dear friend Pastor Benedict Odhiambo and his wife Rebecca Odhiambo. It was a fabulous worship service that I got to enjoy with Christ Chapel United Methodist Church in Oyani and Pastor Benedict and the whole team there at Christ Chapel, together with our friends at Talented Youth Community Fellowship, a Black transgender community that operates transitional housing shelters in Uganda, where the government has recently made it illegal and punishable by death for someone to practice homosexuality. So together, our friends from Uganda came to Oyani and to Migori to witness and celebrate the flourishing of an inclusive and affirming United Methodism that is native to the region. So this year, as we look ahead to 2024 and a more equitable structure, I would specifically like to invite you and your churches, wherever you are around the world, to considering partnering with us and our friends, our United Methodist affirming friends in Kenya, as together Young Prophets Collective launches the Rafiki Project. In Swahili, Rafiki means friend, and so what we'd like to focus on is the friendship that exists between our communities as United Methodists in this connection around the world. So through Young Prophets Collective, we will gather for occasional fellowships online to foster friendship and mutual understandings between our churches and our church partners in Kenya and United Methodists around the globe, so that together, as a fruit of these friendships, we would respond to the very real and pressing needs of United Methodists in Kenya, as together we redistribute wealth back to different areas in Africa, and so that together we would live into and embody a more equitable, global, United Methodist Church. So, if you'd consider partnering with us as part of the Rafiki Project, your churches can reach out to us at youngprophetscollective@gmail.com. You can also find more information about the Rafiki Project on our website, www.youngprophetscollective.org. Now, as this New Year's message comes to a close, I would like to invite you to join me in the practice that John Wesley began in 1755 of holding a renewal of vows, a recommitment service to celebrate and begin the new year with a recommitment to our faith. Would you join me in this adapted version of the Wesleyan Covenant Prayer that is printed in the Book of Worship on page 295? This is an adapted version by Young Prophets Collective. Would you join me wherever you are around the world in praying this prayer with me? Creative God, you make all things new in heaven and on earth. We come to you in a new year with new desires and old fears, new decisions and old controversies, new dreams and old wounds. Because you are a God of hope, we know that in you all the possibilities of the future unfold. Because you are a God of love, we know that you accept all the mistakes of the past and affirm our most hidden selves as beloved. Because you are the holy mystery of faith, we enter your dwelling with thanksgiving and praise, and we come into your presence with gladness and a joyful noise, and we serve and bless you by serving and blessing one another. May it be so. Amen and amen.
Oh, no other. Oh, wow, then. Oh.